All right, we are live from Highmark Stadium. Amadeo, come on in here.
Hey.
This is John Krysinsky, Pittsburgh Soccer Now. Amadeo, Eichberg. The Pittsburgh Riverhounds Open Cup win, 2-0 against the Maryland Bobcats. It was 0-0 really up until the 81st minute, and then they finally pulled through. What were your thoughts on the match?
My thought was eventually they were going to pull through and win. They kept knocking and knocking on the door, missing opportunities, but you got a sense that in the end they would find the goal. And I was impressed by Coach showing patience in the starting 11 he put out there and not making any major changes and letting him find the chemistry to eventually not only find the first goal, but also find the second insurance goal and have a sound victory.
Yeah, and honestly, the Hounds, that's what Bob Lilly talked about. He was patient with the group that he put out there. There's a lot of guys that haven't gotten a lot of extended playing time, and tonight he rolled out a lineup that included, Tola Shoyunmi at the top man. Albert Dikwa has started every single match in the top spot. And of course, Burke Falling, who we've seen on the outside, tonight gets to start an attacking center midfielder. Robbie Mertz sat deeper as a holding midfielder alongside Trevor Zwetsloot. And the Hounds, it was a different looking team. We saw, Pat Hogan got the start in the middle, in the back, in the central back line, but it was a lot of new faces alongside him. He had Mike DeShields as well. We haven't seen him get a start this year. So it was a lot of new faces.
And out of all those new faces, I must say, I thought Falling had a coming out party. I mean, we thought he was good, but now he really showed it. And not only did he score a goal, but he showed forcefulness. He fought for the ball. He showed speed, determination, grit, all the things that you look for in a player. And I think he hasn't peaked yet this season. There's more to come, and expect good things for him. He really solidified his standing, not just with the fans, but with the coach himself.
Yeah, and it's a player that has versatility because he can play on either width side, especially on the left side. And all of a sudden tonight he's playing in the central attacking midfield spot, which I didn't see that. I thought maybe tonight Tony Lopez would be in that spot, or maybe even Robbie Mertz, without really Kiza, sitting him down, because that's been a spot Kiza's played a lot this year. And I think Kiza's sacrificed a lot of maybe more goal scoring opportunities this year to do a lot of the dirty work and to kind of keep possessions going, things like that in the attacking third. But tonight, Kiza comes off the bench, and once again, just like in the playoffs last year, as Matt Grubba from the Riverhounds mentioned, 3 goals for the Riverhounds in knockout competitions for Edward Kiza, the former Pitt star.
Impressive. The other player that I thought we should mention, it'd be a disservice not to, is their backup goalkeeper. I thought Christian Gardner acquitted himself quite well. He didn't have a lot to do, but when he was called upon to make important saves, he did that. You can't argue with a 0 on the score sheet. So I feel better about the goalkeeping room in general this year than last, and I think that's a strength for the team now.
Absolutely. I think Christian Garner needed a match. Again, this was last year where we saw Jamali Waite for the first time, was in the Open Cup, and now he's the starting keeper. So they need they need the minutes, they need the time. A real valuable opportunity for the Hounds to, regardless of result, but result does help because the next step is the 4th round of the Open Cup. The draw's on Thursday. Chances are they will most likely draw against an MLS opponent. Yeah. Now, we haven't seen that since 2015. We've talked about this already. Bob talked about it in the press conference. That would be really exciting to have that here.
Yeah, Bob welcomed that challenge. Some coaches would prefer to get an easier team and avoid the MLS team, but no. Coach was adamant about using an MLS team as a measuring stick. I think he wants another shot at it because he came close twice, and I think the 3rd time's the charm. The team is good enough to pose a challenge to whatever MLS team. And let me tell you, this atmosphere here would be electric with an MLS team, and it might give the commissioner a little food for thought about possibly placing an MLS team here in the future.
Well, that's one step at a time, but I think it's always a wishful thought here in Pittsburgh, especially for all of us diehard soccer fans. We always want to see the highest level possible, but the Riverhounds give us a very high level, and tonight You know, it was a workmanlike performance. It was guys that really needed the time and the minutes, and they had a chance to kind of prove themselves. And I think we want to see a little bit more out of that group, to be honest with you. But at the same time, it was valuable minutes for them, and I think that their group, they continue to grow.
And beyond that, John, and this is an important point, this victory is going to give them some confidence going into the next stretch of the USL season. They have another away game. They've had a lot of away games.
Yeah.
The next one is in Indy.
Yeah.
Sure, they're towards the bottom of the standings. Indy is, but anytime you go on the road, it's difficult. And I think a win like this, with if you will, almost a B team, that's got to give the team and the coach confidence going into the next stretch.
Absolutely. All right, so we'll keep it short, and that was a quick thoughts and comments. Thank you
Always.
for contributing as usual. So we'll bring you along throughout different parts of the season, post game, and we will be back Saturday night. Dan Angel will have coverage from Indianapolis for Pittsburgh Soccer Now. Dan, of course, the only thing about that is the last 5 Riverhounds and Pitt matches that he's been involved covering. Dan, there's been a red card for the Riverhounds or for Pitt. So, well, hopefully this time for Riverhounds fans that the red card jinx is broken.
It's broken, yeah.
And but we'll talk
we'll do
more
the
about
voodoo
that
to make sure that
yeah,
happens.
So Dan, we'll be watching and looking forward to that match against Indianapolis on Saturday night. So again, thank you, Amadeo.
Okay, gracias, John.
Great having you
Hasta
on
luego,
as
amigos.
usual.
Take care.
All right, take care.